Hi, my name is Jeff Harris, and for the next few minutes I'd like to talk to you about the newest addition to the AxeTrak lineup of isolation cabinets, the AxeTrak 112. Now, just like all of our other products, this cabinet is handmade from Baltic birch plywood, one unit at a time, right here in the USA. Before I tell you about the 112, I want to make you aware that this is our factory demo, and it looks a little different from the newer units. The newer units are covered in white Tolex and don't have the thick front you see here. They have a 3/4 inch front and have a real nice silver piping that goes all the way around the baffle of the front, and they look really sharp. Now, everything other than the color of the Tolex and the thickness of the front are 100% exactly the same as this cabinet in every way. Now, the AxeTrak 112 is hands down the most versatile isolation cabinet we've ever seen, and in the next few minutes I'll explain why. First off, you need to know that our tabletop isolation cabinet is mounted inside this cabinet. That means that one of these is mounted like this inside the cabinet. So, as you might expect, all the features of the tabletop version, you're going to get that with this cabinet, plus a few more. Now, this video is going to be dedicated to explaining the added features of the AxeTrak 112. If you want to know more about the internal AxeTrak, we suggest that you watch our video titled the ATV model. Okay, so now let's move on to the features and benefits of this unit. Okay, the first feature that I'd like to talk about is the red LED right here. Now, that LED lets you know when the AxeTrak is receiving a good, strong signal. It also doubles to let you know if you have a no load situation. If the LED is glowing bright and you don't have any sound, then you need to turn off your amp and check the fuse. Now, the fuse is mounted right here for easy access, and this protects the proprietary AxeTrak speaker inside this cabinet. Over here we have a 12-inch Eminence Tonker light speaker, and that's the new neodymium magnet. It's really small, as opposed to some of the large ceramic magnets that you see on some of the top brand speakers. This is very lightweight, and it allows the cabinet to weigh a lot less. Sounds great for rock and roll, and it's a bright speaker, so you get a very good clean response with it as well. Now, on the side of the cabinet, you see it has a screw here on the side with a slot in it. Now, we call that our thumb screw. You just grab any coin or a washer, and it allows you to change the position of the microphone. This will be on axis, that's off axis. And that gives you a huge variety of the tone that you can get off this unit just by changing the 25 degrees. It's either on axis here, or you can move it 25 degrees and back it off so you can darken up your tone that way. Now, on the back of the cabinet, this cutout here allows you full access to the internal features on the AxeTrak here. At the top, you have an XLR output, and this is the direct output of the proprietary microphone mounted inside the AxeTrak unit. And this is a balanced line out, and this is where you would connect to either your recording console, your mixing board, or your sound card. Below that, we have a high-frequency roll-off switch, and that's exactly what it is. It rolls off about 7K and above, and it's a very smooth roll-off. Right here we have the deep port. Now, this plug here can easily be removed by just unscrewing it out. And when you do that, you have a hole, and the speaker is mounted directly behind that hole. So when you remove the plug, the speaker can breathe a lot more freely because now it can move air. And what that does is give you a more pronounced bass response. Now, this unit puts out a good amount of bass already, but there are guys out there that do 7-string recording or tune down really low. It just gives them something that they can experiment with, and the sky's the limit. Now, if you're familiar with the tabletop version of the AxeTrak, you know you have to specify I need an 8 ohm or a 4 ohm or a 16 ohm cabinet because you want the impedance of the cabinet to match the speaker impedance on your amplifier. Well, with the AxeTrak 112, it's a dual input impedance. This switch here controls the impedance. When it's in the up position, you have a 16 ohm cabinet. When it's in the down position, it changes this to a 4 ohm impedance. So that's a great feature to have. Next to that, we have a 1/4 inch input jack, and this is where you'd want to connect a cable from the speaker jack on your amplifier to right here. Below that, you have a push button switch, and that's one of the features that really makes this unit stand out above the competition. Say you're playing, you want to do some recording at home and you live in an apartment or condominium and it's 1 in the morning. All you do is hit this button here and that turns off the 12-inch speaker on the front of the cabinet. So basically you would have a tabletop version, or you could think of this as a tabletop version of the AxeTrak. There is no sound coming from it other than what's going on the internal AxeTrak. Now say you're going to be playing a gig someplace and you want to have monitoring on stage. You don't want to rely on the sound man to have to give you, something in the wedges or in-ears or something like that. You want control of your volume on stage. All you do is hit the button here, and that turns on the 12-inch speaker on the front of the cabinet. Now this is where the 112 is really unique. Say you're playing through a tube amp, and you know that amp sounds best when you turn the master up to about 5 or 6. Say that's a sweet spot on the amp. Your power tubes are pushing, your preamp tubes are pushing, you have just the right amount of sustain and compression, and everything on the amp is sweet. That's where you want to set the amp so that the direct out to the sound guy or to the mixing board is where your amp sounds the best. Now the only thing, say you want to have some monitoring on stage, so you turn your speaker on, you may find using a 50 watt or 100 watt amp that's extremely loud when you turn the speaker on. Well, we've thought about that. This here is an L pad and it controls just the volume of the 12-inch speaker. So now you can tailor your volume on stage without affecting what the sound man is getting. And so it gives you the best of both worlds. We're real excited about what this cabinet can do. So if you have any questions, any concerns, or you want to know if this can work in a unique application you have, by all means, give us a call or email us, or you can contact us on the web at www.axetrak.com. We thank you for watching this video, and God bless.